Mike coming at you. It is Thursday, and I'm about to go picking. It's early in the morning. It's 8:30 here in Minnesota. It's cold out. We've got about 25 degrees going. And what I'm going to do is, obviously, if you look, I've posted about 11 to 12 or up videos today. I want to apologize again. I keep touching on this with my camera shooting. My techniques are horrible, I admit it. When I'm in the field, when I'm in the alleys, when I'm in the dumpsters, when I'm in an old garage, and etc., I'm basically holding the flip camera, which I'm filming on right now, like this, and it's just I move too quickly. I wish I was in a position, and I will definitely start looking into getting a better camera, something that can maybe attach to me, or maybe I can just shoot slower and get better footage of what I'm finding, more detail, and not so much a lot of camera moving around with the only thing interesting is maybe something I might show you for a minute or a second. Too fast camera, and I apologize. So let's get that out of the way, but other than that, what I want to tell you is this past week I've been out driving, I've been out picking. It's been cold. It's been down to 11 degrees at times, 16 degrees, up to 20. It's been a great winter, though, here in Minnesota because there's basically been no snow. Literally none. We've only had such a low accumulation of it that it's just not even worth mentioning. But it's been fantastic for a guy like me who gets out there and picks. Now what I've been doing is just driving a grid. I get in my old van and I go out there and I go in the area where I grew up and I go in the area where I live near. And I drive. I look for all the little roads. I'm looking for old houses. I'm looking for piles of junk. I'm looking for people cleaning out a house. I'm looking for a dumpster. Sometimes you even stumble across a garage sale, maybe a little store. You never know what you can find on the road. And the thing is to keep out there. And a lot of the time I might drive 4 to 5 hours and only find one good hit during that whole ride. Now you got to say, well, that sounds like a lot of time wasted. It's not true. It's putting in the time. It's putting in the effort. It's getting out there and busting it every day. Yeah, you're not going to find a treasure every single day. You're going to find a lot of crap. But if you can sell that crap at a flea market, take the best of the crap and bring that to the local flea market. Garage sales are ways that you can sell it. Locally, Craigslist is a way to move out things like furniture, big odd items. Keep the finer stuff for eBay. And eBay is across the board. It used to be such an easy game. I've gone over this before, but I'm going to touch on it again. The old days, it was simply find the antique, the treasure, the big money. Well, that game has changed. Now everything from documents to dentures to anything, a letterhead, for Christ's sake. You name it, an old book. You can hit on anything nowadays because people collect just about every single frickin' thing you can imagine. From a matchbook to a token to a tire inflator to a stapler. Anything unique, anything old, anything you haven't seen before. Time and time again, these are the points that I'll go over. And yeah, I'm redundant and I'm going to continue to do it, but I'm going to say it because it's the fact of the deal. These are the things that are going to keep you going, keep money in the tank. Now, the place that I found this week is an old home in St. Paul. And it's an African-American. He served in Vietnam. He was a Mason. And they have been throwing out his stuff over the past week into this dumpster. Now, some of the things I've already found, I found tons of old photographs of him in the Army, in Vietnam, great shots in the barracks and such. And I also found his complete uniform, the one that he wore, the field one, in Vietnam. I've got even a photo now of him and then with the hat that I now own, which is crusty and sweaty and dirty because it was there and it lived it. It was there in the field with this guy day to day. I have all that great stuff. He was also a motorcycle racer in the 1970s, 60s, etc. I have those trophies I was able to save. Those aren't broken. Lots of little tidbits that I've gotten out of this dumpster. And this is what I'm talking about. You know, on the day that I found that dumpster, I had driven, I would bet about 3 to 4 hours I'd put in and really hadn't found nothing. And then I found that dumpster. And when I crawled in there, I knew right away that we had something. And so what I've been doing is periodically now I go back each day and I make sure, because the dumpster's not full, that the job is not over. So I want to keep on top of that. So because once that dumpster's full, boom, they're calling, it's getting hauled to the landfill, it's gone. So my window is small, and right now it's early. I'm going to hit the road, I'm going to get a little gas in the van, and then I'm going to get out there and drive them frickin' alleys, and I'm going to find something. Now hopefully, I'm hoping remember, it's all luck, and it's, of course, hard work. I'm hoping that I'm going to find something today, and that I'll be able to shoot one more video today of something really neat. Wouldn't that be great for both of us? You get to see something cool, and I get to score some more treasure and make some money. Metal Mike, signing out. I wish you all the best in picking, hunting. Get out there. It's really, it's the old things that we've heard forever. The early bird gets the worm. And just hard work, putting the time in. Days and days I'll drive, I'll never find nothing. But the one time that I do find that treasure, I tell you, it all comes back to that. And then you feel good. And then you go home at night and you know it. And then when you do find the dumpster, don't play around. These only pop up every now and then. It's not every day that you're going to find a dumpster full of antiques or vintage items. So when you have that opportunity, pick through it. And the technique that I'm going to go into now instead of ending this video is what I'll usually do is I look where there's sometimes the dumpsters are so full, so topped off, it's just, you can't even get in there. You can really only see around the top. But otherwise what you want to find is a hole. Drop down in that hole, dig straight down. Basically a corner is the best technique. Dig straight down, turn your back to the corner, and then fill behind you. And if you're persistent and you do that, that is where it pays off. One story I can touch on super quick, I'm trying to speed this video up as fast as possible, is a few years ago, about 10 years ago, I was in a dumpster over here near my home. It was an amazing dumpster. I found things from the 1920s, 1930s, just really cool stuff. And it was just a gold find. Well, the van was full. And it was bitter. It was below zero. I do not lie. I'll never forget that. My fingers were numb. The van was loaded. I'd already scored. The treasure, the find was over. And I looked down in the dumpster. My back was aching, everything, the whole 9 yards. And I talked to myself a lot. And I looked down in the dumpster. I seen the mattress. It was an old box spring that was laying in the bottom of the dumpster. I said, the hell with it. I'm not going to get in there and look underneath it. I am tired. And I don't know. I think I walked just a couple more steps. And for some reason, I jumped in that freaking dumpster, flipped that mattress up, and underneath it, I found a super rare Africa Korps World War II German hat. Now, most people, when they hear that, they'll say, oh, he found a pith helmet, which are pretty common. I didn't. I think the one that I found was a... I forget what they're called, an M35, I want to say something along that line. There's some kind of code to it, but it was the long-billed tan. The insignia had been ripped off, but you could see where the insignia was. Real rare hat to find. There's tons of reproductions of those out there. I foolishly traded it years ago to an antique dealer, but you can't go back. You can't cry over spilled milk. All done. But the point of that story is when I made that extra effort, I found one of the coolest treasures I ever found. So, get out there, keep hunting. From the bottom of my heart, you can find it. I'm telling you. People are saying, oh, it's all dried up. You got antique dealers. You got these guys. Everyone's out hunting for it. The hell with it. It's too hard. It's not true. There's tons of it out there. World War II items, it was sent home by the trunk load. Don't let them fool you that it's so rare. It's out there. Don't pay too much for it either. Treasure's out there. Go get it. It's all around us, brother. Hey now! Metal Mike signing out. Have a good day.